Be honest with me right now, how often do you take this typical holiday airplane window shot that you can see the sky and the clouds and the ground very far away and the wing, and you're like, yes, I'm gonna post this on my social media or on my blog or vlog or whatever, and you sit and think, yeah, but I wish you couldn't see the window around. That would be so much better. Today I'm gonna show you how to get rid of this window very easily. When I did this first time myself, I was like, what kind of witchcraft is this? A little disclaimer, we're gonna be working in Lightroom and Photoshop. Lightroom is not a must. You can do everything in Photoshop if you want to. It's just my workflow. I'm used to working in Lightroom and then in Photoshop if I need to do any kinds of modifications. So we're gonna jump into the screen recording right here. I'm gonna put my face somewhere up in the corner, don't know where. I'll figure out when I edit this video, and yeah, we're gonna go step by step through, and I'm jumping into the Lightroom. So we're gonna take this image right here, the typical holiday picture obviously, and we're gonna turn it into something like this. So you can see there's no, obviously we've done color corrections and all that goodness, right? But we're gonna take this picture here, the original one, we're gonna go, oopsie daisy, click the wrong button. Turns out if you click B in Lightroom, it turns your picture in black and white. I did not know that. Just learned something by an accident. Okay, click on the develop tab. So what I want to do, I would really love to see what I'm doing, but my camera is in the way of the panels that I really need to. I have no idea what the composition looks like now. I hope you can't see the window outside. Right, okay, so we're gonna bring up a little bit of exposure. We're gonna bring up maybe some shadows, yeah, and we're gonna bring up some whites maybe, and highlights maybe a little bit down, a little bit more punch with clarity. These pictures needs to be very punchy, right? Maybe a little bit dehaze, although it makes sky look very dark, and we are quite vibrant already. Do we want to keep the sky so dark? We might as well go and grab a gradual filter, drop it down, hold the shift key to make sure it goes straight down, and just drag it over halfway down, and you can just kind of correct the exposure if we don't really want it so dark. Let's click done. I can see up here is some kind of either a cloud or a reflection in the glass, which kind of catches my eye. It's really annoying. We're gonna go and take the spot removal tool, or just click a Q on your keyboard. Using the square brackets, we can make this brush size larger. Make sure you make it big enough so you can fit this all in. Click here, and it should select appropriate spot to remove it. Click OK. Okay, go back to the library, right click, edit in Photoshop. Before you do that, make sure you open your Photoshop before you do this step, because otherwise it's gonna take a little while till Photoshop is gonna start, and blah blah blah. Computer is gonna be like, whoa, I need to find Photoshop and I need to find it now. So I usually open Photoshop before I do this step. So when I click open in Adobe Photoshop, it takes few seconds, at least for my machine it takes few seconds. Photoshop should pop up very shortly, and there should be a picture ready for us to edit. There we go, exactly what I said. So double click on the layer, and we're just gonna click OK here. So we have unlocked the layer. Doing that, we're gonna hit E on the keyboard, which is the eraser tool, and we want to go up to the corner and make sure we select the, not the soft eraser, but the hard eraser, so it's not a soft edged erase tool. And again, using the square brackets, we're gonna delete these corners just like that. We're literally just gonna delete these corners just like that. Right, now we want to go back to the layer, and we want to do right click and click flatten image. So the image is flattened, the layer is locked again. As you can see, these bits here turned white. If we want to go up here and do the magic wand tool, actually, yeah, we're gonna do magic wand tool here, and we click on one of the white bits, hold down the shift key so you can select the other one too, and now is where the magic happens. We're going to be using a content aware tool, which I only discovered by an accident, trying to delete stuff off a locked layer. So if we're going to hit delete right now, you can see that it opens up a fill tab, and the method that it uses, you can select different methods here, and we're gonna stay with content aware, and there's literally nothing you have to do. You're just gonna click OK, the Photoshop is gonna get rid of the white bits, and based on the information around, it's gonna fill in those. And the larger area you cover, the longer your machine is probably gonna think. These corners are not too big, but you can see the fill tool is still kind of thinking, okay, so we got some skies here, we got some clouds, and it is gonna take a little while. It's not gonna be snapped like that. And there we go. Creepy, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna hit Control D to deselect. This side looks pretty good. This side maybe does not look that good. Right, I know what you're gonna say now, but you can see the lines, and oops, my bad. And you're right, you can see the lines. That's why we're gonna go and grab the either spot healing brush tool. I guess we can try and do the spot healing brush tool. Seems like a spot healing works quite well. There is a tool that I like to use better than spot healing. It's a patch tool. If you just circle the area and then drag it to a different area, it's kinda refills whatever information you give it at any time. Just like this. I'm gonna quickly go through, and obviously just because you know what we're doing, and after we've finished this image, you're gonna be like, yeah, but I can see we have edited. Yes, of course, if you do the edit, you will see that you have edited. But if you would see this image on anyone's Instagram or something, or Facebook, you would never, oops, my bad, wrong button. You would never ever notice this. You would never even think, oh, this has been edited like this. And we're almost done with these. You should probably pick the spot, you know, more carefully to kind of match the area, but just for the sake of not making a 17 minutes long video. If we zoom out like this, I do agree, maybe the white balance and color kind of in the corner looks slightly different. We can do a little slight crop tool, something like that. Hit enter, and as I said, we could get rid of the obviously the plain branding, and I guess we can just take a brush tool. If we select the brush tool, hold down the Alt, we can select the orange color from the wing here. Use the bracket, square bracket key to make it smaller, and let's just paint this. Because obviously EasyJet is not paying us to advertise their company. Hit Control 0 should bring the picture back to the normal size. If we hit Control S, now the Photoshop is gonna shave all the changes we just did, and it should automatically bring the edited version back into the Lightroom again, if that's the path that you chose. If you chose editing in Photoshop and then doing manipulations in Photoshop, then you just save as you want to. The Photoshop is done saving, you go back to the Lightroom, we go back to the library. This was the very first version, this is the window, and this is the after where you can see that there's no windows, no EasyJet logo or anything like that. And as simple as that, a really content-aware tool. You can use this in many other situations. If you take a picture of a landscape and there's some rubbish or a rock or a person somewhere in a field or whatever that stands out, you can just delete that bit, flatten the image, do the content-aware tool, especially in the grass and bushes and trees. Content-aware tool does pretty good job, like it finds all these details around and just fills it in. As long as you know how to hide the lines around the contours that it kind of creates, you should be good. Right, I'm making this video just because I'm going on holiday. I was thinking, yeah, I should probably make a video like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be making in advance some videos to post when I go on holiday, because it's gonna be at least 2 weeks or so. There might be a gap without videos, so I'm trying to pump as many as I can just before I leave. Support has been great. We are up to 320 subscribers as it stands today of this editing, which is 31st of August. So thank you very much for that. Still want to see more comments down below. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to check around for more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.